So yesterday we talked a lot about Andile Jali coming to Chiefs and what that means. And today we're going to talk about Sibongiseni Mthethwa. But before we talk about Sibongiseni Mthethwa, I also want to just address and respond to certain things about Andile Jali. Hello and welcome to Kosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pilo. I am your host. This is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Amakosi Football Club. And yes, we are talking about the defensive midfield position with Kaizer Chiefs and who should be signed to that position. And obviously, after yesterday's video, I saw a lot of comments where people were talking about how Ujali could come in and actually help the Chiefs with regards to the fact that he is a quality player that cannot be disregarded and he's a very good defensive midfielder. Now, my first thing is yes, that is true. That is very true. I will not deny that. The issue is here. Number one, ibhola likazwane, as Ukhosi Mandla pointed out very well in his comment, ukuthi ibhola likazwane is very fast paced and it also needs someone in that midfield position who is going to be as quick and who is going to be able to cover all the ground. The problem with Andile Jali is the fact that he also has problems with hamstring yakhe. And if you have hamstring injuries and you're a defensive midfielder, we know how that ends. We see right now, even in Chiefs, there are a lot of players who are sitting on the sidelines because there seems to be a problem also with the conditioning of the players. Uzobezwa abantu sebethi it's also Zwane's responsibility ukuthi players are not fit enough because there are people who are responsible specifically for those things emathimini. So if you have a player who already has injury history that will make him a liability in the team, why bring him there? Because there's already the factor yokuthi besides ukuthi has injuries, because you can be 22 years old and have injury problems, uzoba nenkinga in getting and staying in the team. But now at the fact that he has injury problems but also the age at 33, the legs valley are not allowing, even if a player works hard as much as they want to. Nabo Ronaldo, they want to work as hard as they can, they work as hard as they can, but age just catches up with you at some point. Secondly, there's also this thing yokuthi, we talked about how Ukama with his high salary, or Doli with their high salary, and then you have all these players who are earning imali encane than them, who are still performing better than them. That's just an issue on its own. Uguti, again, what if Ujali comes in? He might come in and give us very good performances, but also don't disregard the fact that he might come in and bring us a horrible thing. Yoguti, he ends up not playing or he ends up not adapting to Chiefs because he didn't even want to come to Chiefs when he was in his prime. And now you have a problem that there's this player who's sitting on the bench, there's a player who's wanting a salary increase, yet you are paying so much money to Charlie to a point that we don't have enough money for people who are actually performing in the club. So I just had to put that on the side. Now, let us talk about Sibongiseni Mthethwa. Before I talk about him, please guys do like the video. It helps me reach more people like you. It's really easy. Just click the like button. That's all I can ever ask. This video is watched by thousands of people, and if just even 30% of those people can like this video, all of a sudden I have 300 likes and the video reaches more people. So your like means a lot, so please do like the video. Now, moving on to Sibongiseni Mthethwa. He's worth 7 million according to transfer market, that is. So there was this thing, Yoguti, why did Chiefs not just get him in January? And I would respond to you by saying, if you look at the league table right now, you have Stellenbosch with 23 points, and they are like 2 points from the playoff zone and 5 points from the relegation where Gallants are. So that's a problem. That is a big problem. You can't, in your right mind, as the owner of Stellenbosch, who's this guy? Sell Mthethwa to Chiefs, knowing very well that you are fighting relegation. Because if we're being honest, they could also argue that Chiefs signing Ukwenika also weakened their team. Now, releasing Mthethwa while they are fighting relegation would become an even bigger problem. So because of that, that is why he wouldn't have been sold in January, even if Chiefs tried. There is an interesting thing yokuthi ke ngoJune, if Stellenbosch survives, we can get the player from Stellenbosch because we have Unange, we have Cole, and we have Hadebe, and there's been rumors ukuthi Hadebe could go to Stellenbosch on a loan because he tried to fight for his position, but it just did not materialize. So if we offer ukuthi here is Hadebe, I know he's an attacking midfielder on a loan, and then also maybe an Endenange because we're not playing him and he has played there as Stellenbosch, so that could sweeten a deal for Stellenbosch because those two players that I've counted are players that the Chiefs is not using in any case. So a swap deal using Unange, no Hadebe, and then we pay some extra money to Stellenbosch seems like a good deal to them. They get money and they also get players. Obviously Hadebe could be taken there on loan because we still want Hadebe to come back to the Chiefs. So that works in our advantage. It's a move that is realistic, and I'm not even gonna talk about quality yake because if you don't know Sibongiseni Mthethwa is a quality player, well, there I've told you he is a quality player. The only downside could be ukuthi what if Stellenbosch one doesn't want to sign Unange again because of his age and because Stellenbosch does look like they want to play the younger players more, because I feel like as the team, funny enough, I heard ukuthi the manager, the owner Stellenbosch is one of the richest with PSL. It's just that immortally when it comes to running the team, he's not running it like the rich and wealthy in the PSL. But that's not the point. The point here is this, ukuthi there might be the idea ukuthi last season we're competing and we're in the top 4 and we sold our best players and we ended up being in a bad position. So if we sell Mthethwa again, we are just saying basically we are making good players for big teams to come and get them. And we have seen ukuthi Cape Town City is trying to move away from that. So are Amazulu as well. They're trying to keep their best players, but if you see more or conditions are right or there's enough money, then they sell the player. Now the question is, would they then say, you know what, you'll have to convince us ngemali ngempela because we want money, we don't want any like swap deals because we want to reinvest that money in someone else. It would be interesting to see that, but I am just trusting ukuthi right now it seems like we have a good relationship with Stellenbosch, and hopefully we can use that to leverage a move that will be favorable to Chiefs. And here I am saying a move that would be favorable to Chiefs, knowing very well Guti, favorable for Chiefs means cheap skating and paying as less as you can. But here we are in the situation, and I'm thinking Chiefs could really use a player like Sibongiseni Mthethwa. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below. I will see you on the next one, and until next time, remember, equals Alpelumoy.